welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Night 5. Night 5 of the Bill Calder Appreciation Week. Little bit of podcaster scheduling issues, but we're back. We're at Lernerville. This is Thursday Night Thunder. Cars are out on the track. 358 modifieds. Looks like we're on lap 20 of 50. Make sure all my sound settings are set up. Thank you all very much for tuning in. A very important cause as we're here to celebrate Mr. Bill Calder for all of his contributions. Looks like the 23 car is on the front row with Clay Christopherson, who is outside into 51. 51 of Clay Christopherson will head to the outside. That's the 5 car of Joseph Grandy down low. They're going to make a little contact out of 4. William Watson in that 37 car. Clay Christopherson has that high side cooking. A little different line by the 122 of Brian Dickens as the caution does come out. Brandon Dittmer involved. Let's take a look at what happened. Kind of a rough place to have a 50-lap race. Usually they're big open tracks. Lernerville's a little bit tricky. Let's see what happened here. I believe it is the 83 car. Just gets a good run on the bottom side. Melgusa is back there in the 78. Oh, somebody got sideways in front of him. That was a 639 of Dylan Kinsey. Nowhere for everybody to go. Brings out the caution once again. That 51 car of Clay Christopherson running the high side, looking good in the 51. I have no idea what happened previous, how many cars have gone off the dreaded ledge. Lernerville reminds me a lot like Chico. Chico has a drop-off on the ends of their tracks. Brian Dickens going down low. 50 laps, a little bit different. Don't know if we're going to have some fuel issues. Clay Christopherson, William Watson, Joseph Grandy, Brian Dickens, Randy Shreves are your top 5 on lap 21 of 50. Jeff Barker, Billy Roberts, Mike Wida, Isaac Salas, and Steve Bixler are your top 10. Green flag is out. We're going to go single file restarts from here on out. We're going to go 3 wide, coming out of 2. That's Grandy on the bottom, the 23 car William Watson. 51 car of Christopherson's going to change up. He goes to the middle in foot 3 and 4. Dickens gets turned around. See if we can find that. Let's see. If we can see what goes on here with Mr. Brian Dickens, driver out of North Carolina. It's going to go in for a quick repair, so we must have missed it. Like Dickens and Shreves make contact. It's the 513 of Barker gets involved. Wida goes in a 66. 2 dirt track bank cars involved in that incident. You got one quick repair, so they'll go in and get those cars fixed up real quick. Clay Christopherson enjoying. We're not quite halfway there yet. Again, this is the Coast to Coast Racing League Thursday Night Thunder. Green flag's back out. Clay Christopherson, the FTM ride at the front of the field. He's going to stay on the high side in 1 and 2. We're going to go 3 wide. Behind them, Randy Shreves in the middle. Joseph Grandy be able to make a pass for P3. Shreves is going to go side by side with Gears Unlimited Billy Roberts. 325. Looks like Ty Dickinson. Numbers don't match. Is on the high side. He's trying to get a run on that 56. Going to take a peek down low. He'll dive for the bottom. Slide job coming. Billy Roberts thought about following. Randy Shreves is going to cross over. Randy Shreves now with his hand full of the 99 car. The 67 car, that's Ty Dickinson. My apologies. Not sure who that 300 car is. Up front, Clay Christopherson. Now he's banging the high side. As is Watson, Grandy. Isaac Salas, the driver out of North Dakota. That's who that is. Isaac Salas in that 325 machine. As he goes down low in 1 and 2, he's going to ride the rim in 3 and 4. Randy Shreves battling Billy Roberts, Ty Dickinson, Mr. Bob the Good. Mason Hain is back in the race in the 89. Jose Canellis is with us. Brandon Dittmer is going to get a good run. Canellis almost went over the ledge at the exit of turn 2. Dylan Kinsey in the 639. Maverick Seidel in the 22. Ryan Dickens got a car repair. He's back out on track. He'll move back up to P13. Mike Wida hanging out in P15 in that 66 ride. Driver out of Canada. Clay Christopherson with not much of a challenge. Watson, now he's going to dive it down low. Let's go on board with Isaac Salas, see what it looks like from that 5 car. He's going to throw it down low. No room to clear. Randy Shreves battling it out with Billy Roberts. Lap 35 of 50 underway. Looks like Clay Christopherson may come up on some lap traffic here before too long. See how the 51 gets through lap traffic. That's Joseph Grandy down low in the 518. He's going to pull to that rear bumper. Isaac Salas wants P3. Top 4 starting to pull away from the field. We do have a car that's lapped down. Go on board with your leader. You can see the top entry of 3 starting to get kind of wore out all the way around the high side. Won't be too... Oh, somebody goes off the ledge. No caution. Lap traffic clearing itself. Randy Shreves in the 56, still battling it out with Billy Roberts. The 28 car looks like Ed Harris staying down on the bottom, out of the way. Randy Shreves dives it in. Steven Bixler in the 75 and Sean Green in the 27, running in 17th and 18th respectively. Isaac, as the caution comes back out. Board says Joseph Grandy was involved. Running in the 3rd position. He just comes off and gets a little sideways. Gets into the 5 car of Isaac Salas. Those two touch. Grandy just gets a little bit sideways, goes over the cushion. Can't quite get the 5 to come back on the track. So Grandy brings out the caution. That'll move Isaac Salas up. Christopherson, Watson, Salas, your top 3. Working lap 42 of 50. At the conclusion, we'll get a word with your top 3. I don't even think I'm in the Coast to Coast Racing League Discord yet. Just trying to get settled in here. Green flag's out. Clay Christopherson. Salas is going to dive down low. 23 car is going to stay in the middle. Good run on the high side by William Watson. Salas is going to give it another try. He'll go down low. This time he'll slide up in line, put Salas up to P2. Big mess. Randy Shreve. No caution. Randy Shreve's involved. Ty Dickinson back in 4th. Brandon Dentmer in the 83 car, up 15 positions. Mr. Bob DeGood in that 7 ride. Driver out of Missouri. Dylan Kinsey in the 639, back in 7th. Randy Shreves in 8th. Mason Hine battling it out. Little bit of contact with the 23. Over the edge, Kinsey goes. Billy Roberts in the final podium position as the caution comes out. Looks like Brian Dickens on my board was involved. Slides up into Joe Canellis. Both of those cars go around. Up front, Clay Christopherson in the 51. On the point, Isaac Salas, Billy Roberts in the 99. Those are your top 3. We got Minnesota driver leading North Dakota. And Missouri car back in the 3rd. Lights are still on the pace car. Lights should go off one more time around. Basically a green-white checker on lap 48. We'll go 49 next time by. Pace car is off, leaving the field to the 51 FTM ride of Clay Christopherson. Good restart by Christopherson. Isaac Salas been diving down low in 1 and 2, been able to work his way through the field. Tried down low once again, gets in the grass. You can see the 5 car bounce around a little bit there. On lap 49 of 50. Billy Roberts in third. Now Detmer wants third. He'll go up and challenge that 99. Salas off the top with 1 to go. No caution will come out. Christopherson, Detmer, Roberts, your top 3. 2 more corners to navigate for the FTM 51. As long as he doesn't go off the top, it will be Christopherson, Detmer, Roberts, your top 3. Ty Dickinson, Randy Shreves, William Watson, Mason Hain, Dylan Kinsey, Jeff Barker, Bob DeGood are your top 10. So your top 3 will get a photo. We'll get a chat with your top 3 here momentarily. As long as they find their way up here. Catch Mr. Billy Roberts here momentarily. In that 99, right? Billy Roberts, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, I didn't get to watch the whole show. Kind of jumped in here a little bit late as a substitute. How was the 99, man? And how was the 100? How are your arms?
Oh, they're fine. It was only 50 laps. It was good.
I thought it was 100, man. I would have ran. So the 99.
You can't run 100? You ain't got power steering?
Oh, man. I got to tell you, after Monday, I had to turn down my my force feedback for sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that stuff was incredible. Simicube is no joke. How's the 99, man? You got a lot of cautions. What was your strategy going in? And did it play out as you thought it would?
Yeah. I mean, my strategy was to get to the bottom as fast as I could and, try to stay in the moisture and keep my tires good. And then I kind of figured we'd have a few wrecks here and there, and we did. And I think some of the wrecks we're having tonight, man, I don't know. It just seemed like only coast to coast, but we just have so many blinking in and out and packet loss, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, my frames per second dropped like no other.
Yeah, this last update, my UI actually disappeared off my home screen. I noticed that earlier this morning, and so I don't know what's going on. Zach's having audio issues, so probably a lot of new updates coming, man.
I hope so, because it really makes it hard to race around somebody and not get into them. And then, I don't know what happened on the front straightaway there, but I know Randy had wreck in front of him, and there was just nowhere to go. And
yeah, bro, when I saw Lernerville for this race, I thought, ooh, that's almost like running Millbridge in the midgets last night. Oof. But man, you guys got it done. Another podium finish for that 99. It's kind of a your home on the podium nowadays. Who do you want to thank on that 99 for your ride to a podium finish?
Well, first of all, thank the Leadfoot Mafia, my teammates, Junior, Randy, Jake, Mike, my wife for letting me do this, Joe for you stepping in, and my company, Cures Unlimited, A&J Landscaping, Vitaly Motorsports, and of course, best wishes to Bill. Hope he gets better.
Yeah, man. I think we all do. You going to run the big blocks?
I am.
All right, man. I'll catch you there.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Great run. Brandon Dittmer in the 83 car was able to move up 18 positions. That is your biggest mover of the night. He puts the 83 on the podium. Brandon, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, that looked like kind of a mess, my brother.
Yeah, that was something.
You know, I was just telling Billy Roberts, man, when I saw Lernerville on the schedule for a 50 lap race, I thought, oh my goodness. And then I thought about last night when we were on Millbridge in the midgets. Holy smokes, man. You talk about some tough tracks.
There's a difference though. I actually really like Millbridge. I do not like Lernerville in the slightest.
Man, how'd you move up 18 positions?
I actually started third, so I think you're probably getting from the light from after I wrecked, but just moving to that field is really tough. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Cars going everywhere. It's just you gotta find your way around it, and passing in 3 and 4 was almost non-existent unless you got the guy in front of you to go low and get around him on the outside. But no, it's all in all. Most of the guys there are just great group of guys to race with. Very respectful, very clean, and at least we saw some of that tonight.
Yeah, you moved up 18 from when I logged in, so that's my scoring board. But looks better on my screen that you moved up 18 positions into a podium anyway. So we'll call it that.
I'll take that any day of the week.
Man, the 83 has been on rails in just about anything you have climbed in here lately. What's the secret, man? You going to share it?
I don't really know the secret. I just learned a little better throttle control is all. Which is surprising because I never used to be able to run these things worth a darn, and all of a sudden, Jesus, like something clicked, and I've been able to do something a little better.
Yeah, man. It seems like it's not just this car; it's just about all of them, man. Who you want to thank on that 83 ride for a drive to a podium finish?
Oh, you for the broadcast, Roger for Coast to Coast, everybody behind the scenes for Coast to Coast. Bill Calder, of course, shout out to him. Hopefully we get him over that $1,000 mark, and hopefully he enjoyed watching for what he could tonight. Venom Racing, those guys over there, great group of guys. And of course, I want to give a shout out to Clay Christopherson for. I'm pretty sure that just sealed him the win for this week. Congrats to him. He earned it. And just everybody who participated in this week to make this week what it was. This has been absolutely awesome, and hope we can bring Bill's spirits up a little bit.
Yeah, man. So C2C's great weekly racing for sure. They're not racing Saturday and Sunday this season, but every other night of the week, they're broadcast. The thing that they do super special, man, are these special events. Roger Craig is a master at putting these together. So it's an honor to be a part of C2C, not just for the racing, but for all the donation and charities that they do. So yeah, I'm with you, man. You gonna stick around the rest of the night?
I think that might be it for me.
All right, man. Well, great run, another podium, and we'll see you next time.
That's good. Have a good one.
All right, man. Clay Christopherson in the 51 car. Let's see if we can grab Clay. Started on the pole. Well, maybe not. On my board from when I logged in, Clay Christopherson led every lap. Clay's Joe, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, where'd you start?
I think it was outside. I think it was outside pole. I can't remember. That
Great
was 50
run.
laps ago.
Yeah, I got logged in late. Isaac Salas, man, when he started going down low the last few laps, did you see him down there?
Oh yeah, I heard him, saw him, the whole 9 yards, but I knew that drive off was dominant. All I had to do is block one of his sliders with speed, and the rest was just keep that distance.
So I'm not used to seeing a 51 car on the high side. I've never watched you
Nope.
at Lernerville, but man, that 51 car is usually around that inside fence. Tonight, man, you drove the outside almost perfectly, good enough to get the victory. You sticking around for the big blocks?
No, I think after that 100 lapper, I'm gonna call it a night and spend some time with the wife. So,
All right, man. Who do you want to thank on that ride for a drive to victory lane?
you guys for putting this on. All the guys at FTM and Swan Speed Shop for 358 and big block sets.
All right, man. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the opening race, Bill Calder Appreciation Week 358 Modifieds at Lernerville. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the big block / 358s. I believe you get to pick which one you want to run. So coming up next, we'll have more 358 action. We'll be right back.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1,000,000 years ago, that blew up, and over time became.
As Gavin Chatham grabs the checkered flag, he wins.
Back victories for Sam Bachman as he takes the win at the Port Royal Speedway.
Wins another one at the Knoxville Raceway. Blake Chapman wins.
A corner down here through the front straightaway. Watson gets the win here tonight.
Chad Greggs, a Knoxville Nationals champion. But to the checkered flag, Clay Christopherson, your winner at Lernerville. Here they come off of turn number 4. To the checkers, Templeton takes the win.
Through the back stretch into corners 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win.
The 56 wins. First time winner Randy Streets.
But your winner at Weed Sports is going to be Brandon Templeton in the Salty Dog.
Welcome back. A little bit of traditional coast-to-coast racing league action getting ready to happen. Right back at Lernerville. Looks like we got 12 cars or so. So after running 50-lap feature in the 358s, we're back with the 358/big blocks. Drivers get to pick which one they drive. We'll have heat races. We will not have a consi. And then I believe it's a 30-lap feature. So Joseph Grandy, Dylan Kinsey, and the like. Looking at 80 laps in a modified at Lernerville tonight as they all are back in the server. Dylan Kinsey in the 639. Joseph Grandy at the top of the board. Dean Reynolds currently sitting second. We will have qualifying. As most of the cars head to pit road. There is the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Harold Klump in the 35 goes by. Getting ready to advance to qualifying. We will follow the 12 cars as they qualify. Randy Shreves, Jeff Barker back with us. Bob DeGood back with us. Billy Roberts. So a few of the same drivers that just got done running 50 laps right here at Lernerville. Back for a second shot of that. We will have the pro late models coming up next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Joseph Grandy, fastest in qualifying. He'll be the first one out on the track in that 518. Dylan Kinsey on track. Mr. Bob DeGood in the 7 Napa ride. Dean Reynolds on track. Michael Vitale. Leadfoot Mafia ride. Waiting for times to come in. Looks like first out was Joseph Grandy. This should be his first timed lap. Coming off of 4, running the bottom. Good enough for 15:19 for Grandy on his first lap. 15:49 for Bob DeGood. 51. Dean Reynolds up to P2. 15:22. Jeff Barker drops down to 5th. 15:54. Billy Roberts in that 99 ride. 15:29. Good enough for third quick on his first lap. Jeff Barker moves the 5:13 up to 4th position. 15:39 for Jeff Barker. Dean Reynolds, Billy Roberts shuts it down. He'll come off the grid third. Sean Green, 15:60. Michael Vitale, 15:65. Jason Kopp, he's still out on the track. William Watson in the 23. FTM ride books it up to third quick. 15:27 for the 23. And ladies and gentlemen, that was quick. That will wrap up qualifying. We should have 2 heat races, and then we will have our feature. Qualifying has ended. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Justin, absolutely my pleasure. Jumped in as quickly as I could get here. Looks like 6:39 of Dylan Kinsey will begin on the front row. In the 6:39, you'll have Jeff Barker to his outside in the 5:13. William Watson in the 23 on the inside of row number 2 with Joseph Grandy to his outside. Your quick time driver, Randy Shreves, will start on the inside of row number 3. And our good friend Michael Vitale. As always, thank every veteran that I know who is a veteran. Michael served in the United States Air Force. I'd like to thank him for his service. As the cars come out on the track, ladies and gentlemen. Eight laps to get it done. Everybody moving on to the feature. Jeff Barker, Marine veteran in the 5:13 on the outside of that front row. Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. Kinsey will dive for the bottom in the 6:39, probably looking for the outside. He'll slide up. Barker in the 5:13. Jeff Barker over the berm. Kinsey with the lead. William Watson, Joseph Grandy. They're going to take it 3 wide with Randy Shreves in the 56 on the bottom. Michael Vitale in the 213. Bringing up the rear. 21 car, 23 car, my apologies. William Watson running the extreme high side in 3 and 4. Getting a good run off of 4. Joseph Grandy able to make up the ground. Grandy and Watson on the high side. Dylan Kinsey's going to roll the bottom. Randy Shreves in that 56 ride. Michael Vitale catching the tail end of the field. Up front, Kinsey getting it done. Joseph Grandy with a good run off forward. Not enough to get by the 6:39. Dylan Kinsey has the bottom working in the FTM ride. Joseph Grandy, Randy Shreves able to get by William Watson for third. Watson able to fight back on the high side. Grandy lurking. Let's go on board with Joseph Grandy. He tries to reel in the leader. Now he's going to go down and match about the same line as Kinsey is running. Tried to get a run off of that high side track. Already you can see it's slick. Thought I I saw somebody go off the top. Yes, sir. William Watson off the top. That'll move Grandy up. Randy Shreves now in the third position. Michael Vitale in the 213 in P4. Grandy able to get by, and I missed it, my apologies. Grandy able to get by Kinsey. Be Grandy, Kinsey, Shreves, Vitale, your top four. Harold Clump will begin on the inside of road number 1 in heat number 2. Bob the Good to his outside in the 7 ride. Billy Roberts, Leadfoot Mafia driver, will roll off on the inside of row number 2 with Dean Reynolds to his outside in the 79. Sean Green in the 27 will roll off on the inside of row number 3 with the 146 of Jason Coffey. That will be heat number 2. I'd like to thank Mr. Bob DeGood, who also served in the Air Force. Richards Gebauer Air Force Base, which I think it's a guard base these days in Kansas City, Missouri. It's where I landed coming back from Desert Storm, actually. Base that I was at didn't have a runway, so we used theirs. I'd like to thank Bob for his service to our nation. It will be Harold Clump. That takes us to the green flag. Strong second row. Billy Roberts and Dean Reynolds. Pace car is off. Harold Clump looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're underway. 8 laps to get it done. Bob the Good with a good run off the high side. Down the front straight. Clump's going to be able to hold the lead. He's going to run the bottom. He's got Billy Roberts right behind him in the, well, I guess 66. I thought Billy Roberts was a 99. He's in his 66 ride tonight. Billy Roberts sliding the bottom in that 66. Go on board with the 99. Gears Unlimited owner-operator, Billy Roberts. As he is able to clear Harold Clump. Now Dean Reynolds is going to take a peek on the bottom side, coming off of turn 4. Dean Reynolds at the line for P2. Gets down in the grass. Had to get out of the throttle a little bit. Dean Reynolds up to P2. Harold Clump battling it out now with Sean Green in the 27 machine. Bob DeGood falls back 3 positions in the 7, back to P5. Up front, Billy Roberts getting it done. Now Dean Reynolds makes his pass. Going to be a 99-79 shootout on lap 6 of 8. Dean Reynolds down, way down low in the basement. Billy Roberts running the middle in 3 and 4. Looks like Dean Reynolds, good work on the bottom. That was about dead even at the line, catching Billy Roberts ever so slightly. Roberts kind of hugs the inside, keeping Dean Reynolds down low. White flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. One more time around. Dean Reynolds, Billy Roberts putting on a show. The 66 Leadfoot Mafia driver. The 79 FTM of Dean Reynolds. It will be Roberts at the line. Reynolds, Green, Clump, Coffee, and Mr. Bob DeGood. Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 3 minutes of warm-up, so we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle. as it is, to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom. Two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Track prep still going on. William Watson in the 23 with a warm-up quick time. Joseph Grandy, P2. Dylan Kinsey still out on track in the 6:39. Dean Reynolds, P4 for warm-up times. Billy Roberts, P6. Getting ready for Coast to Coast Racing League Thursday Night Thunder Modifieds right here at Lernerville. Waiting for the cars to grid. Waiting on Joseph Grandy, who will roll off on the pole. There he is. Joseph Grandy, Billy Roberts on the front row. Dylan Kinsey on the inside of row number 2. He's got Dean Reynolds to his outside in the 79. Randy Shreves in the 56 with Sean Green to his outside in the 27. 213, Michael Vitale will roll off on the inside of row number 4 with Harold Klump in the 35 car to his outside. William Watson will roll off on the inside of row number 5 with Coffee. Bob DeGood will round out the field of 11 drivers. 30 laps. It will be Joseph Grandy, Billy Roberts that take us to the green flag. Looks like Jeff Barker did not make the grid. Drivers having a conversation on race comms. Someone picked a 358 instead of a big block. I don't do Thursday Night Thunder often, but I do believe we have the Pro Late Models coming up next, right back here at Lernerville. Grandy looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. Good jump by Grandy. Grandy will kind of slide the middle. Dylan Kinsey down low. Billy Roberts now a little bit of contact between the 66 and the 639. Dean Reynolds goes off the top. Kinsey able to slide up behind Joseph Grandy. Billy Roberts, Randy Shreves in the 56. William Watson in the 23 machine. He's running the bottom. The FTM ride. John Green in the green, number 27. Currently running in 6th position. Harold Klump. We're going to go 3 wide. Randy Shreves pulled up underneath Billy Roberts. 23 car, William Watson tucked in. Little bit of contact. Shreves able to hold on. Watson able to continue. As Billy Roberts now and Dylan Kinsey go side by side. Once Kinsey got to that outside, it's a new ball game for the 639. He's in the tire tracks of the 518 of Joseph Grandy. Billy Roberts drops back to 3rd. Randy Shreves into 56. Currently in 4th position. And Sean Green in the 27. Bob DeGood battling it out back there with that 23 car. William Watson trying to come back through the field. Michael Vitale in the 213. Not much change at the front. Randy Shreves running the low line in 3 and 4. Take a look at the 56. Used to seeing Randy Shreves on the high side. It's like these cars are going to catch lap traffic. Barker able to jump back in at the last minute. So Barker did make the grid as Grandy and Kinsey both running the high side well. Billy Roberts, Randy Shreves, Sean Green, your top 5. A little ways back to Watson. He's able to gather the 23 back together, make his run back towards the field. As Grandy starts to pull up on the 513. Nothing changed at the front. Grandy, Kinsey, Roberts on lap 13 of 30. Billy Roberts puts down a 660 to the 671 by Grandy. 66 car. Billy Roberts may be coming to life. Not that time. 532 by Grandy. As they pull up on Jeff Barker in the 5, Barker goes off the top. Grandy tried to follow him. Able to pull it back on track, the 518. So good driving as he pulls away from Kinsey now. Billy Roberts in the grasp of P2. Randy Shreves is a little farther back. Looks like the battle's going to be right here with the top 3. Joseph Grandy found his groove in the 518, putting over a second gap between himself and second place, the 639 of Kinsey. Way up on the high side goes Kinsey. Take a ride with the 639 on his right rear as he goes into turn 3 and 4. up to the edge. Lap 20 of 30 underway. Grandy increases his lead. 1.15 seconds. Now Billy Roberts thinking about a different line. He takes a peek underneath the 639. Randy Shreve still battling it out. 79 of Dean Reynolds currently running in 7th. LFM driver Michael Vitale in P7. Harold Klump in 8th. Coffee, Green, and DeGood. Not sure if Grandy will have, the caution comes out. Looks like Bob DeGood and Green involved. Take a look. '27 car pulling up on the 146 of Coffee. Oh, Harold Klump gets sideways. Green trying to go low, nowhere to go for the 27. He'll slide into... In comes Bob DeGood, likewise nowhere to go. And now my button to go back live is not working, so we got to do this the hard way. Bear with me. Hoping the broadcast catches up. SDK is not acting right. iRacing's not acting right. Trying to get caught up as quickly as I can. Pace car is off. There we go. We'll catch Grandy right at the green flag. Grandy takes the green flag in the 518, still on the point. Kenzie P2, Billy Roberts P3. Randy Shreves is going to take a peek down low. Can't make any progress on the 66. Dean Reynolds down low. 23 car, William Watson battles his way back. Grandy right up on the high side, as is Kenzie. Dean Reynolds rolling the bottom into 79. Good run by Billy Roberts at the entry to 3. Closes the gap between himself and Kenzie. See if he does it again here. Just able to stay in the throttle a little bit longer. Pulls right up to the rear bumper. Thought about going down low to get underneath that 639. Couldn't make it happen. Lap 28 of 30. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 laps to go in your 30-lap feature. Joseph Grandy started on pole, has led every lap. Looks like the battle is going to be right here for P2 on the podium between Billy Roberts and Dylan Kenzie. Grandy will take the white flag. 2 more corners to navigate for the 518. It'll be Grandy diving for the basement, coming off at turn 4. It'll be Grandy. Kenzie holds off Roberts. That is your top 3. Dean Reynolds, Randy Shreves round out the top 5. Jason Coffey, William Watson, Michael Vitale, Harold Klump, Sean Green, and Mr. Bob DeGood. We'll get a word with your top three here momentarily. Pro late models coming up next. Waiting for Billy Roberts to come into the booth. In that 66 ride, there he is. Billy's Joe, you got me?
I got you, buddy.
Man, I haven't talked to you in like 15 minutes. You miss me?
I missed you.
Good run in the 66 on the ride. Man, it looked like a couple times there at the end you thought about trying that bottom line, but Kinsey had such a good run off the high side, man. Do you think you could have got by him with a few more laps?
I definitely think I was faster than him, but there wasn't just enough room between him and Grandy, I think, to make some kind of decent slider to. But I was kind of hoping to pressure him enough, maybe he'd just slide off the edge, but he's too good for that. So we just took a third and brought her home in one piece, and that's good.
Yeah, man. Second podium of the night. I could tell, man, we were watching on the broadcast at the entry to turn 3. You were really closing the gap between you and Kinsey. So I thought that's where you may be able to get it done, man. But a second podium for the night, you can't complain. 50 laps and now 30 here. Are you running the pro late models?
I can't because of this something with this alternate account that I have here. It won't let me buy the late model or even put money on my iRacing account. And of course, they're closed when I'm working, or open when I'm working and closed when I'm not. So I can't get that figured out yet.
All right, man. Well, 2 podiums, 2 for 2 on the night in the Gears Unlimited 66, man. Who do you want to thank on that ride for another drive to a podium finish?
Of course, Leadfoot Mafia, all of my guys over there, Jake, Randy, Mike, Junior, Gears Unlimited, Vitale Motorsports, A&J Landscaping, of course, you, Joe, for stepping in for us. And once again, for Bill. And I don't know who sponsors this. Is FTM sponsoring this one? If they are, thanks to them.
Yeah, they are.
And, that's it.
All right, man. Great run. And, man, I guess I'm not going to see you Friday, so I hope you have a great weekend.
Well, you too, and have a happy Halloween, sir.
You too, man. See ya.
Bye.
Dylan Kinsey in the 639 is able to hold off a hard-charging Billy Roberts, capture P2 on the podium. Dylan, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, that 639 FTM ride was running as high as you could run in 3 and 4. Man, you were on the edge lap after lap after lap. Man, that was awesome to watch. How was the 639?
Really loose. I didn't need that restart. I was terrible after the restart, and I felt it way up there. I thought I was going off a few times. I don't know if you feel it sometimes, but when you're like really getting that right rear off, it like starts to like bounce a little bit, like it gets rough. And I felt that a few times. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. But I stayed on the track somehow, and I was holding Billy up after that restart big time. He was way faster than I was. I was just a rolling roadblock.
Yeah, man, when that car starts to bounce and it's even worse when you hear the RPMs change. Then you know it's hold on time. But man, you were right on the edge. Did you see the 66 go down low at the end? And you think about going down and blocking him, or was the high side just too fast?
I stayed up top because I thought he was going to run a slider. So, I was all the way up so I could cut down in case he threw that slider. But I think Dean ran the whole race on the bottom, so there must have been a lot of grip there. And I was actually, when I see him stay down on the bottom, I was worried he was going to get the run off of 4 off the bottom. But we made it work. Like I said, Billy was faster than me. He deserves second more than I do.
No, man, you can never say that. That car, you hit that high line every time for 30 laps, man. Great run by the FTM 639. Who do you want to thank on that ride for a podium finish?
All the guys at FTM, Gunnar Swan Speed Shop, Dean Reynolds at Super Dirt Car, Vertex Graphics. I got to thank you, Joe, for jumping in last minute for the broadcast to get us up here, and everyone at Coast to Coast that makes it happen. And shout out to Billy and Grandy. Grandy has a lot of bad luck, so it's nice to see him to get a win.
Yeah, man, you going to run the pro late models?
I think I'm going to call it a night. I got a little upset in 358, and probably, I let my feelings get the best of me. So this big block race kind of, I don't know, I wasn't really into it for the big block, so I'm just going to get off and probably watch football.
Call it a night, man. Great run. Good way to end the night. When you're pissed off, there's nothing better than a podium finish that kind of takes the edge off of that, man. Great run in the 639. I hope you have a great weekend.
Thanks. So, yeah, I'm going to get off on a high note, and I'll see you, well, unless you broadcast again before Friday Night Lights, I'll see you then.
All right, man. We'll see you then.
Thanks.
Yep. Joseph Grandy in the 518 started on the pole and never looked back. Joe, you got me?
Yeah, what's going on, Joe?
Man, you ran a really smooth race. At one point, you had over a second lead over Kinsey in second. What was the strategy, man? Just ride the high line, smooth as could be?
Yeah, I mean, starting up front always makes it a little easier. Normally, I would have been banging the top on 1 and 2 as well, but the setup felt kind of wonky. It was a little loose on the high side. So I just tried sticking it through the middle where the grip was, and then just tiptoe around the outside at 3 and 4 because that's where you get all your momentum.
Yeah, man, I was kind of worried you guys come up on Jeff Barker, who jumped in late as you were coming up on lap traffic. Jeff bailed out of the way, man, and kind of opened the door for the 518. You hit your marks all night long, man, and you drove that 518 to victory lane. Another victory for Grandy. Great to see, man. Who do you want to thank on that ride for a drive to victory lane?
Like to thank Raise the Bar, all the guys over at RMDB, Catalytic Recovery, Hinkle Homes, Bad Rabbit, Highline Cinematography, my girlfriend Olivia, FTM for sponsoring this Thursday night. I haven't had a chance to say anything yet, but appreciate Bill for all he's done for the league and wish him nothing but good health. And you, man, for doing the broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now listen, didn't Friday night? Didn't you forget your sponsors? Was that you?
No, I don't think so.
I was gonna say if it was,
it could have
man.
been though. I can't remember that far back.
I was gonna say if it was, you nailed it tonight, man. You got the victory and you hit them all, man. You hit them all. Great run. You gonna run the pro late models?
I got about 30 minutes to spare, so I should be okay.
Right on, man. I'll see you there.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are the FTM Modifieds. Thursday Night Thunder at Lernerville. Grandy able to close the deal. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the pro late models right back here. So we'll be right back.
The goal at any given race is, of course, to win. And CrowdStrike, AWS, and DXDT were fortunate to achieve championship-winning results in 2020. We're extremely proud to be partnering with Operation Motorsport through our racing initiatives. Their program seeks to place military veterans in various positions inside a real racing team. The experience aids in their retraining, recovery, and rehabilitation.
So my name is Chad Failing. I'm a staff sergeant retired out of the United States Army. I am with Kevin Boehm under DXDT. You're getting creative. You're getting taught to think outside of the box.
We couldn't be more proud to be affiliated with this great program. In the spirit of giving back to the community and creating meaningful opportunities, we're committed to building a diverse motorsports platform with the amazing men and women who have served our country.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we're back with the Pro Late models. A lot of laps tonight in Thursday Night Thunder. Had a 50-lap 358 feature. Just got done with the FTM Modifieds 30-lap feature. Now we're getting ready to go 30 more. Cars are out on the track in the Pro Late models, as you can see. Dean Reynolds back with us. Sean Green, Joseph Grandy. Just got a word with Joe there in Victory Lane. 513. As always, thank you, Jeff Barker, for your service to our nation of the United States Marine Corps. Looks like we only have 8 cars, so this may go by with a quickness. Got a couple of teammates out on the track. Hammer Down Racing, Brian Dickens, the 122, driver out of North Carolina, out on track. Good-looking wrap on that ride tonight. William Watson back with us in the 23. Appreciation Week on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Bill, if you're out there, my brother, I hope that you're able to recover. I need you Saturday mornings. As I've told the story many, many times, Bill posted all of the Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Light podium shots on Facebook. We'd meet every Saturday morning around 5 a.m. California time. The quiet voice behind the operation. Sending prayers your way, Bill. Mike Weta, the other teammate of mine in the 66, driver out of Canada. Yeah, as we're getting ready, ladies and gentlemen, we will have qualifying and I believe one heat race and then a 30-lap feature. A lot of laps for a good cause in the Coast to Coast Racing League this week. William Watson tries to track down that 58. William Watson at the top of the board, and over the top he goes. Weed is done. Grandy also involved. The only car left on the track is that 122 of Brian Dickens. Somebody just came out. It's Dino in the 79 FTM, right? Like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm your substitute broadcaster. Jumped in last minute. Thursday Night Thunder are all fixed setups every Thursday night. Brian Dickens coming back out as Watson shuts it down. Dean Reynolds goes by on the high side. After this, Got Your Six Racing Network won't be back on the air until 7 November Friday night, 7 November for Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights. Open set 358s followed by fixed pro lay models. As practice has finished, we'll follow the cars as they come out on the track. Looks like we have 9 cars in the field tonight. Waiting for somebody to come out on the track. There we go. It will be William Watson, quickest in practice in that 23. William Watson, the first car out on track. Brian Dickens, Mike Weida out on track in the 66. Mr. Dean Reynolds in the 79. Sean Green in the 27. 513, the Marine Machine. Barb Barker out on track. Joseph Grandy in the 518. Waiting on Randy Shreves. Wait for the first times to come in. Looks like it'll be Joseph Grandy with a 1471. Dean Reynolds, 1493. Good enough for second quick. Watson, second quick, 1487. The 23 shuts it down. John Green, 1505. Weida moves up to fourth, 1499. Jason Coffey, 1502 for the 146. Jeff Barker in the 513, 1505 on his second lap. Coffey moves up to fourth quick. Now Brian Dickens puts it in the top 3, 1490 for the 122. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Randy Shreves is going to make a qualifying attempt. Got plenty of time to do it, but time is ticking down quick. Like Randy Shreves is not going to make it. We'll have an 8-lap heat race, 3-minute warm-up, and 30-lap feature. As qualifying has finished. Dean Reynolds in the 79 will roll off on the pole. On the inside of row number 1, Brian Dickens in the 122 to his outside. William Watson in the 23. We'll begin on the inside of row number 2 with Mike Weida to his outside in the 60, or Joseph Grandy, my apologies. Coffey will roll off P5 with Mike Weida to his outside in the 66 in row number 3. Jeff Barker will roll off on the inside of row number 4 with the 27. That's Sean Green to his outside. It will be the 79 of Dean Reynolds that will take us to the green flag. I don't see the pace car, but pace car is off. 8 laps to get it done. Green flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. Dean Reynolds on the bottom. In the 79, Brian Dickens in the 122 goes to the high side. Grandy's going to take it 3 wide. Good run by the 518 off the exit of corner number 2. That'll move William Watson back to P4. Grandy gets by Dickens. Now Grandy is on the rear tail of that 79 machine. Brian Dickens in P3, William Watson, Mike Weida in the 66. Jeff Barker's going to go up and take a look underneath Weida with the 146 of Jason Coffey and Sean Green at the tail end of the field. Up front, don't look now, here comes Grandy. Grandy on the bottom, it'll be Reynolds at the line once again. Grandy's going to dive down for the bottom in the 518. Grandy coming off of 2. Just doesn't have the drive off. Dean Reynolds on the high side. Side by side. Lap number 5 of 8 complete. Grandy's going to try it again. Had to shut it down. Don't know what happened to Grandy. William Watson able to move up to P3. He's going to slide on the inside of Grandy. Jeff Barker, Mike Weeda, Sean Green in the 27, Jason Coffey in the 146. Brian Dickens falls back. Dean Reynolds opens up a sizable lead, not quite a second over Grandy on lap 7 of 8. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have one to go in the A main. Dean Reynolds takes the white flag. Grandy in P2. William Watson. Jeff Barker in the 513 wants to get up there and battle. It'll be Dean Reynolds in the 79 FTM ride coming off of turn number 4. A main win for the 79, followed by Grandy, Watson, Barker, Weeda, Green, Coffee, and Dickens. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time. 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far. I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
Welcome back. Brian Dickens out on track. Joseph Grandy with your quick time in warm-ups into 5:18. About 15 seconds left to go. William Watson, second quick. Brian Dickens, Dean Reynolds. As we get ready to go 30 laps. Pro late models at Lernerville for Thursday Night Thunder. Coast to Coast Racing Network. It will be the 79 of Dean Reynolds will roll off on the inside of row number 1. He'll have Joseph Grandy do his outside when the 518 makes it to the grid. William Watson in the 23 will roll off on the inside of row number 2 with the Marine Machine, the 513 of Jeff Barker to his outside. Mike Weta in the 66 will roll off on the inside of row number 3 with Sean Green to his outside. Jason Coffey will roll off all by himself in row number 4. Like Grandy is not going to grid. Dickens is not going to grid. "30 laps to get it done." It will be Dean Reynolds that takes us to the green flag in the 79. He's given the driver's final instructions from behind the steering wheel. Pace car will exit next time by pit road. 30 laps, get it done. Pro late models, Thursday Night Thunder at Lernerville. Pace car is off, ladies and gentlemen. 30 laps. Green flag is out. We are underway. Dean Reynolds. Jeff Barker moves up since Grandy couldn't make it. Barker with a good run off of 2. Dean Reynolds down in the grass. That'll put Jeff Barker to the point. Dean Reynolds falls back to P2. Sean Green on that high side. Will he let the 79 up? No, sir. 27 is going to stay on the high side. Around goes Barker into the 23. Brian Dickens drives through it. No caution. Dickens will move up into P2. Mike Weta, P3. Sean Green inherits the lead in the 27. I have no idea why we didn't get a caution. Coffee into 146. Dean Reynolds back at it. William Watson, who was involved. Jeff Barker was involved. Car a little bent up now, but Sean Green at the front of the field in the 27. Not running quite the high side. Here comes Dickens. Dickens on the high side. About as high as you can go. Trying to cut into that lead by Sean Green. His teammate, that's Mike Weta behind him in the 66 machine. Jason Coffey. Let's see if Dean Reynolds can make up some ground here. Dickens able to pull up to the rear bumper of that 27. Dickens starting to put some pressure on as the two of them pull a little bit away from Mike Weta in the 66, currently running in P3. Go on board with Dickens as he tries to track down your leader. 27 running more of a slider line. Jason Coffey, the first car on the outside looking in at a podium. Dean Reynolds trying to work his way back through the field. In the 79, he'll go to the outside, runs out of room. William Watson in the 23. Jeff Barker still on track. front. Dickens giving Green all that he wants at the front of the field. Good run by Dickens off the high side of 2. Brian Dickens looks down low, going to give the bottom line a try. Good run on the high side by Sean Green. Lap 14 of 30 underway. That time Sean Green stayed up on the top shelf. Dean Reynolds able to get by Coffee, put Dean Reynolds back up to 4th. As he tries to work his ways, I think he's going to need a caution to get back up there. The 79 car back in play. William Watson in the 23, trying to get up there and get by Coffee also. So far, Sean Green able to hold off the 122 of Brian Dickens. Brian Dickens closing ground in 3 and 4 the last couple laps. Just a touch faster, the 122, than the 27. Dickens is going to go down low, challenge the 27. Just no drive off the bottom of 4. Dickens is going to stay down low. Slide to the outside, crossover coming from Sean Green. He'll stay on the point. Mike Weida with a front row seat to the battle up front where all the action is happening. Dean Reynolds trying to close in. William Watson looking for a way around Jason Coffey. Down to the bottom one more time. Can Dickens get a run off of turn 2? Good run on the high side by Green. Dickens is going to stay in the middle. Green with the advantage off of 4 on that high side. Closes the gap again, just can't get by. Sean Green running about the only lap or only line you can run in 3 and 4. Nowhere for Dickens to go. Oh, he opened the door there. Slide job from Dickens. Will the favor be returned? Dickens is going to go on the high side. Get a good run off of 2. Put the 122 on the point. Brian Dickens takes over the lead. Oh, and then he goes off the top. Dickens into the outside wall. Caution comes out. See if my replay today decides to work. Dickens gets by the 27 just over the edge. My return to live action is not going to work. So we'll speed up the video here. Sean Green in that 27 car will stay on the lead with the 66 car. Mike Weida behind him in P2. Dean Reynolds back in a podium position in the 79. Jason Coffey behind him. This may be just what William Watson needed in the 23 to get back in this thing. Jeff Barker, I think we're going to go single file restarts. Lap 25 of 30. If Brian Dickens can get back out. I don't think he did. Lights are off on the pace truck, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 25 of 30. Pace truck or car will exit this time by. Mike Weida in the 66. Let's see if he can get it done. Green running a line. No one can get by the 27. Running a smart race. Dean Reynolds throws the 79 way up high in 1 and 2. Yeah, that was close. Dean Reynolds closes the gap between himself and Mike Weida. The 79 FTM ride. He wants to move up a position on the podium, as he's going to take it down to the basement, coming off a 4. Side by side. Dean Reynolds running down in the grass. He's going to get it done in the 79. Put the 79 up to P2. Sean Green doesn't mind seeing this with the lap 29 of 30. Coming to 1 to go. Can Dean Reynolds move up one more position in the 79 FTM ride? He'll stay down low. Sean Green takes the white flag. Dean Reynolds down low. Sean Green on the high side. 2 more corners to navigate for the 27. Sean Green is going to stay on the high side. Dino's going to go down low. It will be Green, Reynolds, Weida, your top 3. We'll get a word with your top 3. We'll wait for Mike Weida to come in the booth in that 66 machine. As your drivers make their way to the broadcast booth. Great race. Sean Green able to hold off the field by running the line. No one could get by him. A few tried down low. Dean Reynolds got it done momentarily with a good run off of the high side of 4. Sean Green able to hold on to the lead and drive it to victory lane. Dean Reynolds on race comms trying to get the drivers lined up for a podium shot. Waiting on the 66 of Mike Weida. There is Mike Weida in the 66. 66 car moves up 2 positions. My teammate, Mike Weida. Mike, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing?
I'm well, man. Hey, good steady run in the 66. I thought Brian Dickens got it done there, man. He ran the top time after time after time. As soon as he gets the lead, over the top he goes. Were you worried at all running in third about going over that ledge?
No, I was actually trying to keep it easy. I was pretty much settled with my 3rd place at that point.
Great run, man. The track doesn't look super slick. Did the track slick up at all?
I think up top it was a little bit slicker than anywhere else, but yeah, it was good though. I think that top line was probably the way to go for a while there, but top, middle, but I'm not an expert.
Yeah, well, tonight you put it on the pole. You're the only you saved, except I don't see the dirt track bank on your car. Oh, there it is. You saved the dirt track bank team, the Hammer Down team, by getting us a podium, man. Great run in the 66. Who do you want to thank for your drive to a podium finish?
I would like to thank you guys, my teammates, Joe, you obviously, Brian Dickens for helping me out as much as he does. B Temp and Kurt. I guess they were just missing tonight, but at least I got her up there. I'd like to thank Dirt Track Bank. And again, yeah, got your 6 Racing Network U. And the Flieger. Well, what the sponsor is tonight, Flieger?
You know what, man? I don't know. I don't do Thursday Night Thunder. I know
So
FTM did the last
I
one.
like
I'm
to
not.
thank I like to thank him. I'm pretty sure his designs he sponsored. They said the name, but sorry for forgetting it.
Yeah, but no worries. Hey, those of you that don't know, Mike Weeda came by way of the hard surface. How long you been on the dirt?
I just started this stuff probably this year,
And
so not too long. I told Brian I wanted to learn it because I wanted to learn how to do throttle control a little bit more. So I figured this would help me.
And what do you think?
So far, I love the dirt probably more than the asphalt right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man. And you picked it up. Your learning curve was steep, and you handled it like a pro, man. Great run in the 66. And I'll see you on Discord if I don't have a great weekend.
All right, Joe. We'll see you after. Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Dean Reynolds in the 79 ran into some problems early, able to gather it back up by running the bottom. Dean Reynolds finishes second. Dean, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe, and thank you so much.
Yeah, man, that's what we do. Hey, great run in the 79. Ran into some problems early, worked your way back through the field. I thought you were going to get him running low. What was your thought process?
Well, first I got to apologize to Jeff Barker. I turned my right front brake on because the track was slicking off, and I went in that corner and I pushed, and I was on the brakes as hard as I could, and I just grazed him, and I thought he was going to save it, and his car went around. I felt like a dink. We'll put the N in there instead of the C. So I got to apologize to him on that. It's not how I race and stuff. Yeah. So even though we kind of got free reins now that, we got free reins to say some stuff here, but I won't do that. But yeah, I mean, I brought out the John Deere and I lawn mowed in the big block and it worked. And I've said, when I got on that restart and I was going to try to go around the outside of them in 1 and 2, and I said, you know what, I'm going to wind up down by the campers and the boats and the orange fence and everything else if I keep this up. Let me try that bottom again. And by the way, Joe, that's exactly what I said about doing the slow-mo. That is awesome what you're doing right there. Great job. I love it. I just said, let me try that bottom like I did in the big block. And I went down there and I'm like, I was almost a tenth faster. And I said, okay, let me do this. And then, nice. You got me taking out Jeff. Thanks, Joe.
That's what I do. I queued that up.
The replay you're showing is me taking out Jeff. I love it.
I
Thanks
queued
a
that
lot.
up for you. I
Yeah,
didn't really.
There was one time I went in the grass a little bit too much and I messed up my momentum. I finally got Mike, and then it takes about 3 or 4 laps to really get your apex and how you got to turn going into those corners down there. And it took me a while, and once I got going, I got the feel for it. And I think even Greeny said, probably about 3 more laps, I probably would have got him. But that's a woulda, coulda, shoulda. And it is what it is. And we'll take the second. We got on the podium. I've been enjoying the pro late models. We've been doing limited late models on Wednesday. Been enjoying getting back into the late models again and having a lot of fun. So, but that was a lot of fun. And congrats to Greeny and congrats to Mike.
Yeah, man. A few tried the bottom, but the drive off of 4 was just almost like an anchor was thrown out. Somehow you figured it out, my brother, and it a couple more laps. You're absolutely correct. A couple more laps, and you would have been there in the 79.
Ironically, yeah, when you mentioned the drive off 4, I thought that's where I was my strongest. Because I would just do a diamond coming off, and I would aim for that orange cone that's down there. I was actually aiming for that. And I knew if I could hit that with the left front, that's exactly where I wanted to be.
Yeah, man, if you watch the broadcast, you can see the difference on your exit low and everybody else who tried it. So, man, you found the line. Great run in the 79. Way to battle back. Everybody knows that that's not an intentional incident that happened between you and Jeff Barker. So, no worries, man. Great run. Who do you want to thank on that ride for a podium finish?
Well, we got to thank all the guys from FTM, of course. A great team. I really enjoy running with them, and thanks to them and helping me out with what they do. Joe, thanks to you and Got Your 6 Racing Network for coming on in and saving the day. Thanks so much with that as well. And I got to thank Andrew Flieger, Regal's Wraps and Designs, for picking up the broadcast of the Pro Late Models. He's doing a little farming, which he does. That's what he does in real life. So, he'll be back next week. And gotta thank Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race. And hopefully Bill Calder is watching us.
Yeah, man. I hope. Is that car a Pearl?
It is. It is a Pearl Spec Map car done by DJ Dylan Dewart.
That absolutely looks gorgeous, man. I didn't even notice that till right now watching it. So
he actually did Scotty Riome's car like that when Scotty runs a late model, and I said I have a white one, and I said I need that Pearl, and he did it for me.
You know, if I didn't slow it down and do, someone suggested TV1 on interviews, I would have never known that car was Pearl, man. Great run by the 79, and I hope you have a great weekend.
All right, Joe. Thanks again for coming in.
Yeah, man. No worries. See ya. Sean Green in the 27 ran up front most of the night. John, you only had one challenger, and that didn't last long as Brian Dickens went over the berm there in turn 4. Great run in the 27. I was saying on the broadcast, you were running the only line that no one could pass you until Dean Reynolds. Man, did you ever feel pressured by anybody that was coming behind you, or did you see the 79 down low?
Yeah, first there when Brian was behind me there, he did get around me there, and then he went off the track there. And then I didn't want to see that caution come out, but obviously it did. And then I saw Dean was right there. He was probably a few more laps. He most likely would have had me. But yeah, it was a good race, and I just held that line, and it was a hard line for anybody else to get around. Yes.
Yeah, man, you hit it every time. Kind of similar to what Grandy did in his win in the modified race. Every time, man, you hit that line. No one was getting by you. A few cars went down low early, but they could not make anything happen at the exit of turn 4. So Dino found something down there, man, and you were able to hold him off. Great run in the 27. Who do you want to thank on that ride to a victory lane finish?
I'd like to thank, obviously, you for taking your time and doing the interviews here and doing the broadcast for. I'd like to thank Coast to Coast for putting the racing on. I believe it's FTM that sponsors the late model races here. I'd like to thank River Meadow Campground, Eric's Auto Body, and Upper Valley RV.
Yeah, man. Flieger Farms does pro late models, and FTM does the modified. So,
okay, I'd thank Flieger Farm. Yes.
Where are you from originally?
New Hampshire.
All right, man. I got to remember that for the next broadcast. Next time I see you on the podium. So great run in 27, man. It was fun to watch. You hit your spot every time. So great run, and I hope you have an amazing weekend.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is the Flieger Farms Pro Late Models wrapped up. Thursday Night Thunder done. Great 50-lap 358 modified for Bill Calder Appreciation Week. Greatly appreciate everyone who came out for all the races all week long. We're right up near $1,000. If you're watching this video, please click on the link at Coast to Coast Racing Network. Let's get that over $1,000 for Bill Calder. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, November 7th, we'll see you.
Chatham grabs the checkered flag. He wins.
Back victories for Sam Bachman as he takes the win at the Port Royal Speedway.
Wins another one at the Knoxville Raceway. Blake Chapman wins.
A corner down here through the front straightaway. Watson gets the win here tonight.
Chad Greggs, Hot Knoxville Nationals champion! But to the checkered flag, Blake Christopherson, your winner at Lernerville. Here they come off of turn number 4. To the checkers, Templeton takes the win.
Through the back stretch into corners 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win.
The 56 wins! First time winner Randy Streaks!
But your winner at Weed Sports is going to be Brandon Templeton in the Salty Dog.